All right, it is July up here in Minnesota, and it is the month of PandaFest 2025, and this is taking place at the Mall of America in their parking lot on the north side. And we were excited because this month during 4th of July weekend also meant that we were going to our first K concert, so Korean indie group concert. We've never been to see that any group from Korea before, so we actually went to see The Rose, which is an indie group, and they're really different because, they still do a lot of their own producing. And I've been listening to this group since they were first doing the contests in Korea. So I was really excited to be able to see them for the first time live. And their audience was super friendly and fun. One of them helped me, set with the lighting in my little guitar that changes different colors right before in between the concerts. So, again, there were different people around us that we talked to that were, again, just really fun and friendly and had gone to see this indie group before. All right, after the concert ended, it was time to get back into work mode because we had to get ready. There's some new keycaps that we did specifically design ourselves for this event, plus some brand new flexibles. And yes, here we go. It's Panda Fest time, and we're in the M section of the Panda Fest. And one thing that's different is they do combine setup day and day one. Hey everybody! All right, I am actually in the car, packed ready to go by myself. I have to do some of the initial setup by myself because the husband has to actually do some work on something else. So, it's really packed in here compared to last time because we have our extra tent, so we had to put stuff on top. But here we go, and it's also our day one for the event. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and setup is early in the morning, and the event goes from 4 to 10 p.m. Tonight, it also goes a really long hours, so 10 to 10 tomorrow, and then Sunday is 10 to 8. So this is at the Mall of America, the big parking lot right in front of the mall. So we'll see how this goes since this is a more local event. And yeah, I gotta get this all unpacked all by myself, so wish me luck. All right, bye everybody. All right, so we're on 24th Avenue, and we are trying to figure out a way to get into the parking area in front of the Mall of America, which you'll see in a little bit here. So we're actually going to be driving into, I believe, what looks like the IKEA parking lot. Looks like I'm gonna have to do a U-turn, which is interesting because I'm still trying to figure out how to actually get in as a vendor. Make sure there's nobody behind me. I'm actually just following a line of trucks that just did the same thing that I did, and they're having to go through up here, I guess. This is like the load in, load out area. As you can see, there's other vehicles waiting. Waiting in line, and I already see with little people with little panda hats on, so headbands. So hopefully this is a lot of fun, and we can find on the map which direction we're at, because I thought we were actually closer to this end. This is different. Very heavily weighted. Right by the airport. This is our spot. Here we are for the event. And there's our behind neighbor. Alright, as you can see, sweaty already, but things are out at the back. Now we just have to go park the car and pull back in again. So we will see where everything else goes, and hopefully I'm in the right vendor parking area. All right, as I'm navigating around, I'm waiting for my husband to actually get off work and to join me to help set up. And then this is a really long day because it's really early in the morning. Between 9 and 10 is our setup time. Then we went to go eat and take a break before returning for a 4 to 10 event on Friday. Getting back out here might be a challenge because they're still getting set up and putting fencing up, so we're just trying to figure out how to drive back out of here and navigate. But it sounds like just about everybody else is brand new as well, because this event has never happened here. So now I'm just trying to drive back out so that I can park, but there's vehicles in the way. Okay. Still a mess. Still have to put out tables and everything, but at least we're here. Car is parked for good tonight, and we just got to put everything up. Still getting set up, but tables are up with the tablecloths on, and we have some of our shelving up, plus our sign. They did give us about 20 amps of electricity, but one thing we did notice is that the tent walls for their tents are actually, they're cement blocked pretty well, but they are bigger than normal sidewalls. So, interesting. Well, at least we'll be able to put them up at night, but we may have to just take everything with us so that it doesn't have like a weather issue. Hopefully you can see there's a stage. They're still doing some setup. There's a food row. We're gonna have chairs in here, and over in that way is where our tent is. And there's the good old Biffy's. Behind there is the Mall of America. Some volunteers. There's the famous squid. But yeah, and that is the price of the yellow, so it is quite expensive. So I guess they have two different prices. They have a king and a whole. So that, I guess, is one of the items. We have bubble tea across from us. They're getting set up right there. Looks like more people are coming in. Alright, we took a break and ate the Culver's. I'm getting ice cream because I'm just not too hungry. I'm saving my appetite too, but my husband got his usually booked deluxe burger, so. Our pre-event food here. So we had to take a break, and most importantly, coming out of the heat. I think I was getting too much heat, so. Alright, I just gotta lock the car up. Where'd we just go?
We went to Culver's for some lunch, and now we're headed to set up.
Alright, and we gotta go in the line over here. And we are ready. Here's where all the vendors, they have it all coned off, so all of us vendors actually have somewhere to park that's separate, which is nice. And it's the closest to there, but they are getting all the stuff up so that there's lines. We're gonna go through so we can see what it looks like from this back entrance here. We're walking in, that's where I drove in. Here's another entrance. This is probably where the vendors are exiting. But I had to come over and take a look. There's the food ones, and we're just a couple rows over.
Hi.
There it is.
So
Yep.
we're over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know you can.
Look at, there's a giant panda. Got him. All of the rows around here, it looks like all yummy food. Lots of choices for food, but I'm only seeing, I think there's only like 30 of us. So I think there's only like 30 like vendors that are here. Ooh, yum. Those look really good. There's so many choices. Ah, Korean shaved ice. Binsu. Alright, so we are right next to the airport, so it's going to be really loud. So you'll just have to be patient and never mind the noise sometimes. But as you can see, it is now 1:14, so we are all still getting set up for the event. We have our basic like tables and stands up, but we are just waiting. Oh my gosh, that looks delicious too. All right, I'm probably gonna blow all my money on food at this event. All right, testing out the lights, and our setup is okay for right now, but we shall see what happens. Somebody said there may be a storm at 7, so we'll see. Hopefully it's all good from here. It's 3:47. We have a few minutes to go. There's our neighbors with their really cute crochet items and panda themes. So we did get to talk to them for a little bit. And I see another set of neighbors that actually has panda costumes. There's some jewelry people here, claw machines, and we'll go around this side. We do know the other people over on this side that create the cards. And there's a few getting set up. It looks like some may just be resale vendors as well. But here is the group. The small group of us, like 30, with a ton of food vendors that looks like we're ready. There's some seasoning. There's 2 squid groups. And then there's some resellers right here on the end. But it's looking pretty fun, and there's never going to be a shortage of food choices here. I mean, it's row after row. So if you come to PandaFest at Mall of America, you definitely will be full. Lights are on. 3 minutes to start time. I'm gonna go see if I can get a video of the line. Along the back side of the row. Here is Panda. We are vendors, and there's barbecue stuff going on here. There is the beginning of the line. It's almost 4 o'clock. Time for it to start. And from what I understand, Friday the merch is here, and I'm understanding that the tickets are sold out for Friday. I'm gonna be getting this one right here. All right. I'm gonna get a panda, guys. Here's the merch booth for PandaFest 2025. They are making my binsu in there, and I did get the pat binsu right there. Who knows how many times I'll be coming back here because it's been so warm since we were setting up. They even put a little flag in there, Korean, but I'm finally getting my binsu. Hopefully you can see this. Binsu just there. Look it. All right, he's gonna do the taste test. Oh no, he's running away with my binsu. It has some real like candies and like milk-based shaved. How is it?
Nice and cold.
Oh yeah.
We are actually in a couple rows, so we have probably a ways to go, but everybody's just kind of trickling down through the rows and browsing at first. But it seems like it is getting busier, so I'm wondering if we should go get some food, even though we got the bins here right away. I think my husband's chowing down right now. There may not be any left. So we shall see. Alright, I don't know what you think of it. Check out my little headbands. I had to get one before they sold out at the merch booth. So I have my earrings in, and then just light summer top because it's really hot. And these construction fans for outdoors that can go under the shirt, I put it there so it's directly blowing down my face, have been helping a little bit. And the little breeze that's blowing through here is definitely helping as well. So just had to do our check-in after everything is open.
Thank you! Alright, the last song is, just for fun, and just wanted to sing and dance for you. Okay, go ahead.
Alright, I had to detach the sound off of the entertainment, but again, at PandaFest, they provided different singers. They did have some singers that came all the way from different places in Asia, including Korea, so up-and-coming stars that flew in just so they could perform for PandaFest. And then you can see there's different food stalls of every kind that you can think of in Asia that are there. So the majority of the stalls, again, are going to be all food, and there's only 30 of us that are small businesses, and it looked like there were only a couple of us that were actually artists or people that actually hand design their things. And yes, so you're seeing some of our 3D items, and my husband does do some of the designing himself through Blender on the computer before 3D printing it. So we're kind of unique that way. Alright, it was time to take a quick break, stretch the legs, and walk around and just leave for a couple minutes so that I could get some extra footage. Here's a Korean singer that actually was performing his top new releases. So one of them was Stan. His name is Juno, and this was his first time performing in the US, and he came to PandaFest Twin Cities.
Okay, here. The squid has begun right here, and takoyaki, the squid on the other side too, is the line's very long, but I suppose I should actually make my way back to our booth. The line isn't too bad, so I'm in line to get those, because the line to get the Panda cup, at least like one of them over there, is like really long.
这边是牛肉是吧？对对对。牛肉快没了。
Panda cup has been acquired. They had a larger one, but we don't have a place to put that, so I got a smaller one to get sugar cane drink. And then check this out. We got lamb skewers from a Mongolian place. We're almost an hour in. We did have a really small sale with our minis, but everybody's getting done with food and starting to come into our... Alright, traffic has picked up. We have but I'm going to get a bubble tea wherever there isn't too long of a line. Okay, bubble tea, drink. The next one is a dragon fruit tea, and just coming back into the booth, but it looks like they're all busy.
She's stacking much green, but she go by the name Lila T. Technical difficulties is crazy.
Let's go, baby. This time, we're gonna get.
Again, just seeing the new performers was really a lot of fun, but of course, because of copyright and airplane noise, you're going to have to deal with the voiceover all weekend. It was, of course, cocktail time for the husband, and so I went and picked up an adult beverage. This was the peachy lychee lemonade, but with vodka for adults.
Back after getting the drink, but I don't know if I'll be able to get through. We got a Rick roll. Walking right across from our booth, and we are going to get, because the line's not too long right now, I think we're going to get that crisp burger, so hopefully it's not too spicy. I just went across to get some food, but now it's busy inside, so hopefully the husband's doing okay. Next food item, we got the crisp burger right across from us, and here we go. So we'll go try to get above so nobody, try not to get faces, but there's a lot of people going through the middle, trying to get through, but it's really, really crowded.
You got 5 more seconds. Keep going. Grab as
They
much as you
have
can.
a human claw machine here. I was wondering what this was. There's somebody in there right now trying to grab as much as they can. Alright, they have a jumping panda play area. And the duck store's here. They do have a store in Egan that's not too far away, but we haven't had the chance to actually go there, so I'm going to check out their merch. Down the road, it's very, very busy. And here's down this road. We're actually going. There's that human crane game again. They have other crane games. Oh my god. Airplane! I'm trying to make my way back. Okay, the next thing I wanted to get, the line is super long over there. And the line for a placement for Food Express is really long.
Of course, we need more bullets, and we actually got it for free because we were vendors. Same thing, they were giving away food, so we got a discounted little buttery sandwich from across from us before the end of the night.
Alright, we only have about a half an hour to go, and it seems to be winding down. It's getting a little windier. I think most of the dark clouds have kind of moved through, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, it's really late. It is probably closer to 11 o'clock. We packed what was down inside. We had to modify things because of our tent size, so hopefully things are all right. Our neighbors packed everything down. It's dark out. Let's go. Ooh, look it. The husband's loading the wagon in the very back again. It is the end of day 1 and also setup day, so we've been here. Well, I've been here since early in the morning, but now we're ready to go. So we did make back our booth and eat by with a little bit of profit, but keep in mind our booth fee was like $1,200 for this event. But we'll see what kind of crowd it is tomorrow. Tomorrow we're here for like 8 hours instead, so sorry if the light went out. And so very hot, so we're sweaty too, and a little grouchy with each other, let's be honest, but we're tired because it's like 11 o'clock and we are ready to go home. As long as we made our money back for the booth space on Friday, I think that's a good way to start. And then we have 2 more days, and I don't. It looks like I might be wiped out of everything again and sell out. So we'll see.
Be good.
All right, bye.
Did you turn this overhead one on? Excuse me.
There's the mall. The husband's coughing next to me, but we're trying to leave. We're like always the last ones to leave places, and hopefully I can find where the exit is to this again so that we can get home. I'm hot and I'm sweaty. Good morning, everybody. We are in the car in the garage. I've got the little ears on. I'm ready to go. It's supposed to be a little bit cooler, but if there's no cloud cover today, that may not be the case. We may boil again for day number 2, and we have one more day, so we're kind of making contingencies if we sell out of one thing to kind of move some things over. We did hit our goal yesterday of being able to pay our space back, which was, I mentioned yesterday, about $1,200. And then we did pay for like some of our expenses, like maybe gas and food, even though we live really close to it. And I had a really fun time. I'm really, really tired just because it goes until 10 p.m. and then I stayed up making some more earrings, and my husband stayed up making some more prints, but we'll see how it goes. This is going to be a brutal day because it's 10 to 10. I don't know how I'm going to make this work. I'm not going to be able to make anything, even though I was selling my bigger pieces, like our new moon shelf design with little handmade polymer clays inside. So we shall see. We're going to get water. They do not provide water, and they did state all of the information of what we needed, including like tents and everything, but apparently we needed to read a little bit better. But just because the tent size is a little bit actually larger than a regular 10 by 10 because they have big piping, and it's almost like what you'd find like circus tent style, as far as individual like 10 by 10, a little bit bigger, very sturdy. But we're gonna go check out and make sure that we didn't lose anything or that it didn't storm, because we had to clip things at the top to get sidewalls all the way up. So luckily we ran into people that we know again from last year at Jackalope Arts, and they helped us yet again. One of the best things about the art community and doing events is everybody's so helpful. We've helped other people, and other people continue to help us. Thank you for everybody who stopped by. You helped us, make at least a couple of our goals yesterday. So here we go again, day 2, Saturday. All right, we are outside of, hopefully I can get it in there, Super America Speedway, that is close to where we live. We're trying to pick up extra water and see if they have anything, because we have no time to stop anywhere else because we've got to set up again. We did take everything down just because we didn't know like the very top of our sidewalls, and hopefully I'll be able to show you if anything was going to happen last night, overnight. All of the weather that we were supposed to get, at least in the very heart of the Twin Cities by the Mall of America, went over us. It blew like north and then over east, so we looked out, which is a good thing considering that on the side, our sidewalls don't quite reach. All right, so we are on the north side or east side of the Mall of America, and you can see there's a hotel in the distance, and the light rail just went by. I wish my camera picked it up better, but it's actually a little foggy this morning. There's no like moisture on the ground, so it must be on the grass. So there must have been dew or something on the ground, because there's a little tiny like haze. It almost looks like a light like fog or something. But there's that little sign, and we have a little bit of time. Probably a good hour and a half by the time we actually get in there, because we got to park across the street to set up. In the distance, there's the Mall of America, not the hotels that are on the outside. There's Sears, and there's all the tents. Here we go. I see flags blowing in the distance, so there's quite of a good breeze, but the sky is looking like there's no cloud cover today. They do have overnight security and they have things gated off pretty well. But the mall does have its own police force, so we're coming to check in. As you can see, it's a little breezy this morning. I don't know if that'll change. There's some like tops to things that are done. The little blow-up panda's not up yet. We are here really early in the morning because we have to set up our items again. Our things are put together, but for safety, we kind of lay down things and put it away in bins to help weather protect it. The empty aisles for now. It is empty and quiet, but it won't be if it's like yesterday. All right, hands were full, so I didn't film, but we've got everything on. And we just have to prepare for wind today. So I put in clothespins so my earrings don't go flying off on our earring racks. Let's go! There are the costume pandas. And there's the line for day number 1. We have opened and the crowd is coming through. Hello! PandaFest 2025 is now open. This is down our row, and it is hazy today, but we're ready to go. We got everything up. There's crews and volunteers that are just helping clean up, but the wind keeps blowing everything over. The crowd is trickling through.
Here in the Twin Cities. So, for those who don't know, if this is your first time here at PandaFest, the PandaFest is one of the biggest outdoor Asian food festivals in the United States. It's an experience for including tastings and market fairs that showcase the vibrant food, art, and cultural traditions from Asia. It decorates the festival with a lot of panda decorations and have panda inflatables, panda figurines, panda painting DIY, panda face painting, and panda themed food. We have over 85 vendors here at the Panda Festival. So be sure to walk around, explore, and experience. We also have a lot of live performances, some from even over in Asia coming to the United States. Our performances will start at 10:30, so be sure to come to the stage and enjoy an experience.
First drink purchase of the day.
Vietnamese
from
coffee.
Yeah, Vietnamese coffee with like, it's maybe a matcha, but the condensed milk makes all the difference. And the Robusta I actually find is stronger. So definitely will help us through the day. Day number 2. We already had a coffin purchase. I might have to replace. Good thing I moved the bin. Just doing a full 360. Alright, the human brain is working again. There's the pricing. There's already a line, but look at you. Grab a big plush. Grab what you can. And usually that's where those big ones that I've been seeing are coming from. And they're loading it up again.
So, let's get our performances started, shall we?
I could try that, but there's nobody
Yeah, we have an
inside of
indie
the
artist all the way from South Korea. Known for his hit song "Wanna Be Your Last," he's also part of the music collective The Blue.
So we are at Mommy Churros and Creamery, and they do have lots of different ones. They're just checking to see if they actually have that one available. All right, so I did end up getting the strawberry chocolate churro. First food of the day.
All right, just returned and again very busy, which is a good sign. It was pretty much like this the whole time on Saturday. Sales every hour.
We gotta do a little dog cam.
Oh,
A
look.
little good boy with a little. Oh, hello. So good. We're a couple hours in, and you can see how busy it is. We haven't been able to really leave. We did get some drinks and some at least one treat earlier, but we've been pretty busy. My husband's there helping. But yeah, a couple hours in, and we're doing all right. The line for the free spin at Panda Express is very, very long, and I'm trying to get so I can go to the bathroom break, but here we go. Just escaped. There's the lines, and it's very, very busy. Our neighbors, and then oh my goodness, there's stuff flying everywhere. Even Queen Name, there's somebody coming back on it. But I think the line's really long again. Our friends that we know. Let's go back over here. Very, very busy at all the tables again. And we already went over there. Then over this way. I don't know if you can see them, but the panda is going around and there they go. Right in front of our booth. He's getting stopped for pictures. But we're doing pretty well, so definitely getting sales every hour. So it's going pretty well, and it's a little breezier. Not as hot as yesterday. We have another cute little furry friend waiting in line. Hi, Julie. Hi, Julie. Oh, you're so cute. Hi. All right, everybody. It is almost 2 o'clock, and you can see we're doing a little mini counts. We're at 44, so we will probably exceed that by the end of the day. As far as one of our goals for yesterday, I think we were up in the 50s, and it's still pretty busy. The one thing with PandaFest that we have learned is that they are staggering the times that when you buy your ticket, so your entry is a certain time, and then they don't have a cap. You can stay as long as you want, but it's just they kind of stagger the entries, which kind of helps because as you can see, it's very crowded. All right, it is now at 2:30. There's still a line for our neighbors to do the free spin. There's our booth. Here's our other neighbors, and I think there's still long lines for the popular squid. And I'm just making my way because the husband wants a drink. So I'm gonna brave the crowd, but the line is still really, really long.
We kept getting more drinks plus the water that we bought earlier in the morning because it was super hot on Saturday.
All right, there is the husband enjoying his adult beverages. There's a shot of soju. There he goes. Down the hatch, and then we have the little lychee and vodka drink.
All right, so I decided to go around and get some more food because I kept seeing people walk by with the most delicious looking food. And the best thing about PandaFest is that it's all in one area. You don't have to go to separate restaurants, separate neighborhoods, separate malls to find all of the different kinds of Asian foods that you can think of and didn't even know existed. So I went and I got some I think it was the shrimp wontons mixed together, and just tried to get as much food as possible, so it was a good thing we were making money. Alright, had to go back after those yummy wontons and get the potato spiral that was trending on TikTok, and they do have different toppings, but I just got the plain one.
Here's the view down our roll after I got our food and took a quick restroom break, but I see we have a line here, and then maybe a line for our tent again. And there's another puppy. But it's busy in there again. Alright, back again for the second day. They're from New York. We did talk to them. They're pretty busy. I got the strawberry bingsu today.
Order number 83, please. 83.
Yeah. Here's this, and there's my bingsu.
engine.
Yes, here is the strawberry binsu. Alright, it's almost 5:30. There's a long line to spin the freewheel at our neighbors. It's been pretty steady. Now it's like a little bit quieter, and we're here until 10 o'clock, so we still have a ways to go. And we've got a little pet in a stroller. Look at, there's the cute little puppy. Taking it easy. There's the entrance. The next time group has to come through because it is jam-packed. There's like nowhere to go. It is 6:30, so it's a little bit quieter. There's somebody doing some cleanup, and we just had a wave that was a little bit busy, and now it's quiet again. It is now 7 o'clock. The sun is going down. It is a little bit quieter. I think we reached our goal of the number of minis for today that have gone, and we readjusted our triangle over there because we've sold a couple rows of our clicker keychains. There's one right there. Alright. Looking right there. We have only a few things left on our table. Our bins are pretty empty. Almost to the last hour. And it is almost 9 o'clock. And this does end at 10, but it's getting darker. The lights are on. And as you can see, our neighbors did well as and we did too. We're pretty empty, both of us, but there we go. And the lines are slowly getting smaller, but it's still very busy. Hello, what's your cat's name?
His name is Louis for Louis Vuitton.
Louis, alright, thank you.
You're welcome.
Just went to visit the neighbors, and I got my little panda flower. So we've been great. Here we are at Bamboo, and I just got the panda waffle. So we'll be ready to leave. Alright, I got the panda waffle. Much shorter. Okay, so it is now past 10. We packed down. We didn't have as much to pack down. As you see, our neighbors still have their things going, but we're good to go. We're bringing home empty bins. We did very well today, and definitely made over our miniature number goal. But as you can see, everybody else is packed down, and we're heading home.
We were so tired we didn't do the outro because it was like a 12-hour day, but here we are for day 3, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Notice their
It's the last day,
sidewall here, so just this is a food group noting that for an idea for potential morning sidewalls. Good morning! And all the banners that they have, which are brightly colored, which we could have in the back of ours, but we haven't done that. Okay, they must have just popped this up right here because they didn't have it here before. They moved the panda shop here. So they moved the little panda shop where I got my little ears. It looks like over to this area. But here we are. It's day number 3, Sunday, the last day, and we heard the tickets were sold out. Hi again. And we are here early because we have to do setup while other people probably don't. At least for our display items. So here we are again. We had to take our sidewalls down. And the wonderful planes, because we're by the airport, are going overhead. They're really loud. But that's kind of what it looks like. We did put the little tent covering together yesterday, and that's just, it's supposed to be an awning for our mini table. Because it has a canopy, so potentially rain. That's provided the rain isn't slanted. We just thought it would help with sun coverage. we'll have to put this away. But here's a tester so that people can use the pens that are inside of our calla lily flower vases. They go right on there, and there's about 3 pens per vase. So shelving is empty right now, but see, we 3D printed like Venmos. It's empty right there, but hopefully it will fill up. All right, the line, as you can see, is stretched all the way around the block for the first entry. So if we go down here, we will see the line goes around the block right now. So I think we're gonna get a huge influx of individuals. And I think they're waiting for the line. There they are. There's the line entry. And there's tons of people, but the line, if you can see the feet under there, is all the way around. Great. Miss Panda is in the back. And I came over here yesterday because I was going to get merch, and then today, they might be out of the one that I was looking at. Hello! But they do have different pandas over here, and hopefully I can find the one that I was looking at. But I came over because I did want to get one after thinking about it. But this last day in here is the dash to get in. It's very busy over here. Hopefully there's a little room, but I'm trying to find the merch booth to see if they ran out of the panda that I'm specifically looking for. Alright, I think this might have been in vertical, but here it is. Got the panda with the backpack. They didn't have the one with the leaf hat. I guess I should have got it yesterday because they sold out, but I did get one.
All right, Sunday was a little bit quieter. I'm just kind of showing you around here, but there's music, of course, playing in the background that's copyrighted. So just had to give you a quick view and let you know, like, the line was still pretty long within the first hour of opening.
All right, so here's what we're getting. The husband's craving soba. He loves soba. We love Korean food. And we have things over here. There's K-Mama from Minnesota. Every time I leave to go get something, it gets jam-packed over here. So hopefully I can get through. That's what the bus looking like. It's close to 12 o'clock. Day number 3, first meal of the day. Well, we did get the bubble tea and the pandan. This is our actual like food. And this is soba noodles from K-Mama, who's local Minnesota. We did get our things from the depot, but she was at another event earlier, but she's local. That's just too adorable. Puppy cam time. Look at how cute they are. Oh my goodness. You're very friendly and cute. Aww.
Really well, right?
Next item, and I got the marshmallow finally.
Thank you.
Binsu. The little puppy Opie's laying down. It's too hot. It's too hot. It's got blackbird. Poor thing. Right, so we got a different crisp burger. Instead of the sweeter Q-tone, we got the beef. So this is a beef burger, and they said no spice because, woo, that was spicy yesterday. Here we go, back to the booth. There's not a big line for this. Maybe they don't have this many today, it's just the store. But here we are, lots of different kinds of food. And here we are, we had like 5 bins and we're down to like 2. Alright, we have a couple hours left, and hopefully the sunsets are close to over soon. But as you can see at the very end of the table on the right, we only have a couple bins left, and a few things out
went to Keke Cheese to get my 10 yen coin. Here's the cheese pull before stopping at Crunchies. I know I can go to Frogtown by the U of M to get Crunchies anytime, but there's never any wrong time to get the green corn dog. So there it is. All right, towards the end of Sunday, they had a DJ playing some different mixes for everybody. And again, as you can see, I was just showing the wind. It didn't die down on Sunday. So again, but you're seeing Sunday was a little bit quieter.
About 15 minutes left.
And MC and DJ. Show PandaFest come back to Minnesota every year, ladies and gentlemen! I heard that a lot. Our leader for the PandaFest has announced today.
All right, after the final announcement, they were just giving us instructions as vendors of how they wanted us to pack down. We did need approval to leave, and this is so we could get that $200 back out of the $1,200, and that's once we get approved and that we have cleaned our area, broken down our boxes, we will be getting that money of $200 back returned out of that whole package once we are approved. And so yeah, we did eventually, you know, we packed down just like everybody across from us and got cleared, and that was pretty much it. But it ended up being another late night for us on the final day, Sunday. But PandaFest is now over for 2025. All right, so I had to go across the street after this to go get the car once we were approved so that we could drive in and load. And again, this was across the street from the North lot, and kitty corner was IKEA, but we had to go back. And then we could drive into that coned off area, which was a vendor load in and load out zone only, or we could also just drive in once we were approved and they took the picture of our tent to show that yes, we were cleared to get our cleanup deposit back. And I know there were some controversial things or postings about this event. Some people said they were disappointed with the food prices and you know, it wasn't the state fair. Well, no, this is PandaFest 2025, and it is about Asian food. And no, it's not as big as the state fair. The state fair in Minnesota is huge, one of the largest in the nation. And this one was, you know, kind of like a smaller like corner, but they had over 100 plus food vendors here of all different Asian types. They try to double up on the most popular food items so that the wait time wasn't long. And they did have some pieces that, yes, they were $25 and $30 for some of their items, and then they did have a less expensive item to get. So I can see why some people may have been disappointed by because of some of the pricing, and if they were expecting the state fair, it's not the state fair. All right, as far as the 30 plus vendors who are there, and again, most of them are going to be small business, meaning that they did not create their own items. You know, I believe that the majority of us recovered our booth fee, which was $1,200, and that includes a $200 deposit that you will receive back. Overall, I think it was definitely a good event. The best day was Saturday, and we always try to make the goal a minimum of 1K per day, and we did go way over that on Saturday, and we went over that, of course, on Friday and Sunday. So definitely our event, I will tell you the numbers, we did go over the 5K, and that's gross. So yeah, it was a very, very good event for us. And as you can see, I'm just pulling up after going through the checkpoint there. The husband was sitting on the chair waiting for me patiently to pull in so we could quickly load. And we were so tired because, again, it was a 9-hour day for us, and the previous day was a 12-hour day. So expect long hours if you participate in this event.
There it is. The pile is right there, and we have at least a small amount of bins that we didn't bring here, but we're gonna get ready to load up. Okay, we are hot and sweaty yet again at the end of an event. I have my Rose t-shirt on from the K concert that we went to with the indie group. Car is packed totally full. Good thing that we took out some bins or we would not have room. Husband's holding a bag, and yeah, we're ready to go. We definitely hit a lot of goals for this event. Yeah, so we had a good event, and hopefully we'll be able to sign up again if they return. So, all right, here we go. All right, the car is probably really dusty, but we're making our way out of here. Maybe even the phone camera's dusty from what I can see because there was dust everywhere. And we're ready to go. I think that's it. Bye! There's MOA. They closed, I think, a half an hour before we did. But that's it. We are done.
All right, here's our schedule for our upcoming events for the rest of the year, and there could be more added in here, who knows. All right, remember to also please like, share, and subscribe, and a big, big thank you to everybody for helping us overreach our goals, and of course to the other vendors who were so kind and helped us out. We really thank you. And if you're interested, we have a Patreon, and there's our YouTube channel to subscribe. You can find us at thinkcutie.com.